So we want to stay focused on Fairhaven, no fault problem solving. Step forward. If you are someone who normally doesn't talk a lot, that's not me. If you don't talk a lot, talk. And if you normally talk a lot like me, try to control yourself. I'm going to try. Honestly. Open, honest, safe space. Listen with an open mind, believing that everyone that's here wants Fairhaven to do better. That's our focus, okay? And we're going to be action-oriented. We're going to decide what we want, when we want it, and then plan on making that happen. Fairhaven-centered collaboration, and we're going to start as close as possible to on time and try to end as, we definitely need to end by 8. That's when the library closes. We need to be outside of this room. Just want to let everybody know that at 8 o'clock. So if I'm pushing you, that's why. If you know someone that should be here and is not on the agenda, you'll see a link to how they can get online. You can send them a text and send them that Zoom link or the phone number. And we want to ask people who are online to mute your microphones, please. To introduce yourself in the chat box. We started the recording. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll of the executive committee?
Absolutely. Lee?
Present.
Adam?
Present.
Anna? Present. Jamil?
Present.
And I'm here, present.
Okay. If you are on here at the meeting for the first time or haven't been here in a very long time, and you want to introduce yourself, would you please raise your hand? Anyone here first time? Anyone here? Okay, so we're gonna do Lieutenant. Okay, sir, would you just tell us who you are, just so people know who's in the room?
This is Frank Samori. I'm architect and associate with Ms. Farish Behrat.
Perfect.
On this project.
We'll be hearing from you a little bit later. Thank you very much. Okay, the minutes. I hope you've had a chance to read the minutes of the last meeting. We did make quorum last meeting, so we passed. We're only doing this month, right? Is that correct, Adam?
Adam wasn't here.
Oh, Adam wasn't here.
It was outrageous. We did not.
Yeah, we've got quorum for both.
Okay, so we do have quorum. The minutes are over there. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second? Okay, we have second, okay. We don't have to vote on it. Right, Adam? Just.
Correct.
Yep, you don't even have to move on it. You just have to give people the opportunity to.
Yeah, what I should have asked is, did
Object.
anyone have anything to change in them? We did vote, so no changes. And online, anyone want to change anything in the minutes? I don't see anything. Good. Our minutes are done. Okay, then we're going to move on from that to the financial report. Jamil is right here. I'm going to make his picture a little bit bigger. Can you provide us with the financial report, please?
Yes, I can.
What? I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. I'll get you. There you go. Okay, there he is, our treasurer.
Yes. All right. So we didn't have any activities for April. So the balance started off $4,810.30, and by the end of April, no transaction is the same, $4,810.30.
Any questions? We do have the statement, and we can make it available to anyone that wants to see the statement of where we are. I'll take the opportunity to say that we are a community civic group. Anyone is welcome to do what several of us have already done in the room. I'm not going to ask people to raise their hands, but several people in the room have donated. 100% of the money that is donated to the management team goes into our local bank account and is used by us to benefit Fairhaven. So the Thanksgiving Day meal for the elderly people, when there's a community garden that needs a little help with supplies, that kind of stuff. We periodically will use the money, at the end of the year, we have some cupcakes or something like that. All of that comes out of that fund. So if you are able to, it doesn't matter whether it's $5 or $500, we welcome any donations. We are not a 501c3, we're not a nonprofit, but we are a legally registered civic association with the state of Connecticut. Any questions about that? And what do we have? Oh, here's our statement from the bank. See, beginning and ending balance right there. Okay, so we've tried to operate as transparently as we can, but we're not perfect. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask them. Thank you for putting that up. And we're going to, any questions? I don't see any questions in the room. I'm going to unpin Jamal, and if you can take down that statement from the bank, I can see everybody. Any questions online?
Stop sharing.
Also, if you're online, you can also put your questions in the chat. But we might not see them, but we'll try to keep the chat open so that you can see them. So you can see already over there some people, like for example, Sarah has introduced herself from Chatham Street. Continue to do that if you're online. Okay, so having done the minutes and having done the financial report, we now turn it over to Sergeant Alvarado for his last meeting with us as our district manager. He'll be telling us about that.
Yes.
And coming up with him, Lieutenant Cole. So go ahead, take it away.
Good evening, everybody online and in the room. As you all know, I'm Sergeant Alvarado. This is my last meeting. Very sad to say that. It was truly a blessing and an honor to serve the Fairhaven community. I don't take it lightly. It was quite the experience. It was definitely something that I was not used to in the past. With the help of the alders, Frank, Sarah in the room, and everybody else, and the community members, and Lee, and everybody involved, made my transition 2 years ago very easy and seamless, and it was great. The most interaction in a non-police environment with the public I've ever had. Usually, I'm used to arresting individuals, with my time in the major crimes and the FBI. So it was good to actually speak to people and not when they're at their worst. So with that being said, this is Lieutenant Justin Cole. He's going to be taking over. We've been going through the transition for a little while now, a couple of weeks. This week was, he got his first real introduction on Saturday for Fairhaven Day, which was a great event. The wrestling event was awesome. My kids were all over it. I guess they're new wrestling fans now. Thanks, Frank. So he's been taking over. I let him.
Independent?
Yes, yeah, it was a great thing. So I'll let Lieutenant Justin Cole take over. But again, thank you to everybody. I'm not retiring. I'm still around.
For working with us.
No, absolutely. Thanks, Ralph. I appreciate it. So with that, I'll give it to Lieutenant Justin Cole.
Okay, hello everyone. For anyone, I've met a lot of people in the room so far the last couple of weeks, which has been great. I was like Sergeant Alvarado said, I was at Fairhaven Day all day this past Saturday, attended the Frank's wrestling event for a little bit as well. So that was fantastic. Hope to see more of that. But for those of you that I haven't personally spoke to yet, just a little bit. First and foremost, I want to thank him. Him and I have always worked well together. My 13 years on, he had a little bit more on than me. But so this was very seamless because him and I have a really good working relationship. We've done a lot these past few days. I can't remember the last time I've met so many people in such a short time span, right? Whether it be anyone from the Fairhaven community, but everything's been great so far. A little bit about me. Like I said, I've been here 13 years. I grew up not too far away in Seymour, but I'm very familiar with New Haven. I spent most of my career when I was a patrol officer downtown, but I'd be out here in Fairhaven a lot. Then as a sergeant, I was a street supervisor out in Westville, out that area. But this isn't unfamiliar territory for me, right? They keep me busy. I also help co-manage the field training program So I have a direct insight and impact on our new officers when they transition from graduating the police academy to spending 4 months on the field training program, working with a field training officer. I also did that as an officer myself. It's something I'm really passionate about. I'm not the only one that's in charge of it, so it's not like this is my priority, right? This thing out here for you guys being your district manager. But I'll still be involved in that. I also run the crowd control team. So if you've seen us out there on the green, we manage a great deal, a lot of protests, especially since October of 2023. But we've never had major issues, right? At least not in the last 3 to 4 years. So, but another thing I also could delegate at, I have other supervisors on that team. Again, Fairhaven is the priority for me. So here I am. I just got promoted a couple weeks ago to lieutenant. I can go into our major crimes for the past month. We had one aggravated assault, which one was that? That was
Really fair to the baseball bat.
Oh, yeah, that one's not something that I'm going to spend a lot of great deal of time talking about. We had 3 different firearm discharges. One of them was earlier in April at One Brewery Square. Basically, we had a juvenile playing with an unauthorized gun while on FaceTime, and he shot himself, accidentally shot himself. Thankfully, when he got treated at the hospital, he's okay, he's going to make it. However, he was arrested accordingly for what he did with that. Then we had another incident with some gunfire. No one shot this past month. This is just gunfire incidents, right? Shots fired, as we like to call it. One of them was a road rage incident that started in the Hill area of the city, made its way over into Fairhaven. One car was shooting at the other one. They found casings out there. It was over in the area of Ferry and Lombard. Ultimately, without getting too much into it, 3 people, an apprehension was made by our officers, by our intel unit helped out with that as well. 3 people were arrested for all the appropriate motor vehicle charges, gun charges, and ultimately the car was located in Wallingford. So this was a good example of different agencies working together to do all that. A couple robberies. One of them was a late report that happened where the guy claimed that he got beat up for his methadone. We ended up at Mill Crossing going over there and discovering that video showed a different than what he described. So really not much there to go into that. Another one happened at 229 Grand Avenue, which is the Street Heel Boutique. It's run-of-the-mill armed robbery where a suspect came in with a gun, pointed it at the store clerk, demanded all the money or anything else that they could have had. Not much money happened to be in the register at the time, only about $20 was taken, as well as some miscellaneous items. We had a couple burglaries, but there was no arrest made, or they weren't, nothing too significant there. 7 cars were stolen in total in Fairhaven this last month. And we had also 7 car break-ins, but we don't believe it was that same individual that I know you guys are familiar with from the past. So at least it's not that same person. Also with crime stats, I know Kim, we were talking to her about it earlier, an individual that's been a porch pirate, so to speak, lately, that's been just everywhere, just stealing as many packages as he can. Our guys, he did it again today, and then they caught him a few minutes afterwards, so currently he's down at 1 Union Avenue. How long he's there? Yeah, you answered it. So, however, but we're going to do everything we can on our end to make that. We didn't just give him a summons and send him on his way so then he can then go steal from somebody else, right? At least for tonight, he's down there at 1 Union. And then just some other things that are going on inside the police department right now, as I'm sure everyone's aware. This past Tuesday, 2 days ago, Chief Sinelli was formally sworn in and appointed as police chief, so we could finally move forward with that as a department and as a community. Also, when I just mentioned the field training program, we have overall, there's no current officers coming here to Fairhaven, they will eventually, but overall we've had 8 officers just finished the field training program, so they're out there, they're on their own. A couple more are gonna be finishing it hopefully within the next couple weeks. So that'll give us 11 new officers in total for the city of New Haven. There's 25, and if you're not aware, there's 25 in the academy right now. And they graduate tentatively July 31st. They'll then spend those 3 to 4 months with the field training program. When that happens, when we get those out there, we will be getting some new officers here in Fairhaven, which is good to get those numbers, because we need more. We need more everywhere, but we certainly need more here too. Also, if you've seen, we have a bicycle beat that's back for our district, so you're going to see them out there at different times during the day. I can't give you like a definitive schedule for them. The detail room handles that, but they are assigned to Fairhaven. That was a priority to get a bicycle beat back out here. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have for right now. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you. Questions in the room? Go ahead, Frank.
Carol to answer. 229 Grand Avenue, we've heard that address a lot. It's just funny to hear that there was no money in the register. Could it be that it wasn't money they were looking for?
100%.
Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Let's see if there's a question online. We can go back and forth. Anybody online have a question?
Cell shop.
Yes, Sarah Lawson.
Yep, Sarah Lawson, go ahead, and then we'll come back to the room.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
thank you so much for the update. I think that's a really concerning amount of both cars being stolen and cars being broken into. I was wondering what we can do to help prevent that, and then what the plan is moving forward to reduce those numbers.
The first thing I want to say is half of like 3 or 4 out of those 7 car break-ins were because people weren't even locking their cars. That is always the first and foremost thing that I've told throughout my career, all the ones I investigated as an officer, more times than not, the person left the window down, they left their door open, or they didn't lock their car. You're making it easy for the criminal to get your stuff. And that's something that goes on everywhere, right, in the state of Connecticut, not just here. So that's one thing. Right now, that's the only thing I can think of is please make sure you're locking your cars. I know sometimes things happen, but make sure that you're locking your cars.
Lieutenant, if I may, I will say that the number of car break-ins and motor vehicle thefts is pretty consistent month to month, around 5 to 7 for both categories through the last year. So there's not an uptick. It is pretty consistent. Still work to be done, but it's not an uptick.
Question right here.
Are there certain brands of vehicles that are being targeted, or is this just totally random? Because for a while there were Kias and so
Kia
forth.
is still an issue with how easy it is for some of them to steal it in that regard. But off the top of my head, I can't think of.
Not these. Kias and Hondas are always, and Hondas are too, especially for the tires and rims, because they're flashy and so many people have it, so they're easier to sell the rims aftermarket off Facebook Marketplace or whatnot. But there's no specific besides the Kia and Hondas.
The other thing is, Dr. Alvarado would always send email of a report of what happened during the week. Do you plan
I will be
to
doing that, yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Lee, if I could just add something to that.
Oh, go ahead.
Just also not to leave stuff in plain view. A lot of the
Correct.
smash and grabs in Ward 15 that we've seen were like change out of your car. Even if it's a handful of change you're leaving in they'll smash your window for that.
Even an empty bag that you think,
That
there's
they
nothing
think
in
might
it.
be something better.
They don't know
they're
it's
gonna
empty.
smash your window.
Right.
Correct. They're thinking maybe a laptop.
Right.
Don't
Don't leave anything out that could be.
Any question? Anyone with a question
Thanks.
online? I don't see anybody, so let's go right here. Go ahead.
I was going to ask
Same
if there
point.
was a.
Any other questions in the room? Any other questions in the room? Any other questions online? We thank you very much, Sergeant Alvarado. Thank you for your service.
Can I say a comment?
Oh, yes.
Say,
Alder Miller.
you have been an amazing district manager.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should have gotten a cake or something. You've made a huge impact here. And we are also really excited to work with you. You
Thank
seem very strong and very committed, and we're
Yes.
excited for everything that's ahead. And once you're district manager in Fairhaven, you never really leave, so.
Right.
Zanelli's still here as far as we're concerned, you're still
Yes.
working out, so you sort of join a really strong tribe, and we're happy to have you with us.
That's what I'm most excited about. Oh, I left, before I forget,
Yeah.
Lee, I left my business cards. They finally made them for me. I don't like, remember all last week I was saying, where are they? They finally made them, so please take one. It has my cell phone number and my email on it.
I need that.
So I would appreciate it if you would hand one of those to our recording secretary,
Sure.
Christina, right here. Gonna remind everybody that every agenda that you get has every city official's phone number. We always ask people, for everybody, but especially for the police, cell phone numbers on there. Do not call the police district manager, even in an emergency, call 911.
Yeah.
Text him, because I know it's a him, text him and tell him, I need to talk to you about this thing. Give him a chance to call you back, because they're always in the middle of something. So gonna ask people online and people in the room to just keep that in mind. And we will have, starting next month, Lieutenant Cole's number will appear on our agenda. Okay?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving right along, I did see Maggie's on. So Maggie, I'm gonna just make your picture nice and big so people can see you. Maggie's our LCI specialist, and there she is.
Hi.
Okay. Go right ahead, floor is yours.
Good evening. Good evening. I have a little bit of different news to report out today, and I think I may be adding this to my monthly report with the management team as well. But our LCI property management team has pulled together about 100,000 pounds of trash, debris, dead vegetation, construction material, and tires throughout the month of April, broken down into about 44,000 pounds or 22 tons at a River Street lot that we have, that the city owns, where we came across about 13 encampments, 9 individuals, 6 were relocated, 2 accepted services. So we'll be monitoring that lot, which is across from Storage Quest. We also got a weight total of 57,040 pounds for the entire month of April, just random areas or properties that I may have had a civil citation going out on, or wherever we could help the efforts that DPW does. And about 2,000 pounds from James Street Community Cleanup that was last weekend on Sunday. So we got a total of about 100,000 pounds that we have gotten off of the streets in the month of April. And I just thought that was something tremendous to share with the community and just let everyone know. We do try to help because DPW has a whole lot to do at all times. And when we can pull our team together, we try to get as much done as possible. If that's something that you guys want to know about each month, I'll definitely include it in my report. I have 42 cases open as of today, but that's with 19 that have been closed. Most of them were very simple. I've got probably between 42 that are open, probably about 30 that are going into civil citation, many for graffiti, many for exterior storage or excessive exterior storage. And I'm looking out for tall or excessive vegetation for the upcoming months throughout the summer. And I'm sorry, I had this all together and now. Okay, and we're still looking for any volunteers that want to help with community cleanups, cleanups throughout the entire district. I've gotten a couple of people that are asking if they can join in any teams. So if anyone wants to communicate with me, anyone that may want to be someone that we can call on when we do have, spot community cleanups, I'd be happy to have you on a list. Besides that, I don't have a whole lot more to add unless anybody has a question.
Okay. Any questions in the room? Anna has a question right here.
Hey Magali, I'm just wondering, do we have a flyer to share with the rest of the team that we can email it out? We also have a pool of volunteers that we've been using for example, for Fairhaven Day. I know kids still need community service hours.
Yes, if you can email that to me, I can put my email address in the chat. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So if you provide, I think this is what you're asking me, if you can provide us with a date, a time, and a place, then we can get it to those students so that they can come in. And you would just need a city official or somebody has to sign off that they were actually present. So that's something you should definitely talk with Ann about, because she knows the details of how to do that. But we need to know the time, the place, and I need ideally 6 people or something like that, and then we can spread that to the volunteers that worked on Fairhaven Day. Is that, yeah, okay. So that's what we're looking for from you, okay? Whoop. Froze on us, Maggie. Oh, she's frozen. Okay, so, can you hear us at least? In case, does anyone else have a question?
I don't think she's with us anymore, Lee.
Which doesn't mean she's passed away, she's just not with us.
Yes. I don't think she's with the Zoom anymore, yes.
Yeah, okay, so if she comes back and if you have questions, just let us know. If you are online and you have a question, please put it in the chat, and then we will get that question.
We're back up.
Oh, she's back. You froze up
I'm
on
so
us.
sorry.
No, not a problem. So, online, anyone have a question for Magali? I don't see anyone online. In the room, any other questions? Okay, you're good to go. And also, I'll remind people, Magali's phone number is on our agenda. So text her, let her know what the issue is, or email her, and then she'll get back to you. Thank you, Magali. Seems like she froze up again.
No, she's,
Oh, you're still there? Oh, you're still there. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on, the next item, if you have the agenda, or even if you don't, economic development. Now, we have had in months past, someone attend almost every meeting, but now that they lost some people in economic development, they haven't been showing up, but,
Lee,
Carlos is here.
I'm here. I'm
All
just
right.
saying that I'm recognizing the fact that I do need to be there, or that we need to be there more often. So I'm sorry, I'm in the car with the sleeping kids. I haven't gone inside yet.
You are with us. This is Carlos right here. Carlos, introduce yourself, because we have some new people that may not know who you are in relation to the city, and then share with us any news you have.
Okay, great. Thanks, everybody. Carlos Ezeguirre, Deputy Economic Development Administrator for the City of New Haven. For those of you that are new, so yeah, we do economic development, but I also, if there are, I'm happy to, and you have Magali on as well, but I'm happy to move under the EDA purview. We have things like traffic and parking, the planning department, the building department, things like that. So, of course, with LCI as well. And so if there's any housing, so if there's any other issues, we don't need to discuss it in the meeting, but if there are issues that you feel like you're having trouble getting an answer to, or getting through to somebody, just please let me know, and I will try to make sure that any issues you have get routed as best they can. But on the economic development front, I just wanted to update a few things. We've been on over the last couple of years talking a lot about the Fairhaven townhomes, which are what are currently vacant buildings on Grand Avenue and Lloyd. Those are now already exploratory demo is now underway on those projects, so they're really starting to move, and hopefully we will see a fair amount of progress over throughout the summer and the warmer months, and and they generally keep working during the colder months as well for the interior stuff. So that's really starting to move. We're working with our partners at the Fairhaven Community Health Center on finding additional parking for the center, given the growth that they're experiencing there, and the need to provide parking for both their patients and their staff. So Dominic, who I think is maybe on this call, has been working with us.
Really, he's been suggesting a lot of the providing a lot of the solutions that we need to sort of help work with him to sort of find one that works for them as well. The other one, the other thing, obviously, that's still I think has a big impact on the neighborhood, is our work on the English Station acquisition. So that where that was approved by the Board of Alders for acquisition for the city to acquire it back in March. So we're still we're not party to the litigation between UI and the state of Connecticut, which is part of the reason why I think we wanted to put a marker in the ground for getting involved in the project more globally. But we're still working. We've working with licensed engineers to sort of continue to dimension the amount of remediation that would be required to bring it up to a park standard. And so there's a lot to unpack there, but I can also happy to answer some questions about that both in this meeting and then online as well, offline as well.
Okay, so if you're done, I'll ask, are there any questions in the room for Carlos about economic development or any of the related things that he mentioned? Any questions? I don't see any questions in the room. Online, any questions for Carlos? And Carlos, in the case of economic development, we don't have a contact number and name. Would it be okay to put yours? Who does it make sense to put next to economic development? Anybody?
I would put me. I would put Jeffrey Moreno is sort of the neighborhood commercial guy, and he has been getting more up to speed, I think, on some of the issues as with the transition from LCI, the reorganization of LCI. He is getting more up to speed, I think, on some of the day-to-day issues that affect us on the economic development side. I'm happy to have folks give both of our numbers. I will provide, and the folks can call me anytime, and certainly if it's a resident, I do try to call back as quickly as possible. So
Yeah.
if it's a
We
resident
always
client, I'll make sure to
we
address.
always ask people to text the person from the city and give them a chance to call back when they're able to do so. If you would be so kind in the chat, if you could put in what your number or his number, whoever you want, and people are under strict ask. It's not a requirement, but strict ask that you please just text the person from the city, give them a chance to get back to you. Would you please
That works great for me because
Okay.
obviously text is easier to understand.
Yeah, okay, so if you could put that in the chat, and if somebody could just capture that, that would be great. Okay, so we are,
Thank you.
Lee,
Yeah.
before we lose Carlos, I don't know if this would be best for Carlos or best for the alders, but we had wanted to get an update on Strong School and the Grander Grand project. So I don't know if Carlos, you're the best person for that tonight, but
Yeah,
economic development.
yeah, no, obviously, I think the alder, some of the alders will have a fair amount of
we have a
background on that as well,
report
because I think
this evening from Alder Miller on the Strong School. And on Grand Avenue.
So I think Alder Miller can bring.
I can.
Yes, Grander Avenue, I know.
I think more than I do about Grand Avenue.
Yeah, so Carlos, could you cover Grand Avenue? And then she'll fill in afterward.
Yeah, I don't have. Yep. I think ideally we would really like to get Grand Avenue moving faster. I understand that folks have been waiting for this project to really get underway for a long time now, and so the surveying of the street is just about done, and that's obviously just the first step, and we really need to start making some headway to sort of get this thing out, get this thing out to bid. And finalize design. And so I know that I think we need to really spend a little more time, both economic development and the engineering department, on getting a timeline for folks. But the project is underway with the surveying of the street. But I think that as far as the design and implementation, we really want to get this thing moving throughout the course of the year. And I know there's some push on the Alder side to get this thing moving. So I'll try to have a more. It's on my list here, but I didn't have a great update more than that. So I'll try to give you guys a better update next month.
It would be great if either you or Jeff could come next month. We'll put time under economic development and have you just talk about Grand Avenue. That would be great.
I can try to do something in person. Show a few. Have a few things to show, and hopefully have a firmed up schedule.
So we acknowledge that you have a life, so if it's easier to be online, please be online, but if you can come in person, we'd love to have you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. The next item on the agenda is the library, and just gonna report from there, or if you wanna come up here, however you wanna.
I'll report from here. Hi, everyone. I'm Graciela Rivera. I'm the new branch manager of this beautiful, lovely, wonderful Fairhaven branch. I just wanted to share, I went to my first Fairhaven Day this past weekend on the 2nd of May, and it was wonderful. A shout out to all the volunteers, because the volunteers did amazing work that day. And just being a part of that, because we were a part of that as the library, we had new families visiting the building, we had families getting new library cards. I want to encourage all of you to get library cards if you don't have one yet. I think that's one of like the smallest ways that you can support your local library. Just by having a card, even if you don't check out a book, just by being a member, that means a lot to us. So keep that in mind.
Can you say something about the new library cards? Because it's kind of.
Oh yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I know that there was a contest, and people in the neighborhood got a chance to design a children's library card, a teen library card, and an adult card, and they're really nice. So if you're tired of looking at your like everyday boring card, come and get a new one. The adult one is yellow and it says read on it. It's really nice. And then the teen one has like a manga theme to it. And then the children's one is like a little dinosaur with a book. It's very cute. So if you're looking for something free to do, stop by and get a library card. Thank you, Lee, for that. Yeah. The other thing is, before I forget, next week we are closed for inventory. So there's different library branches in the system that are going to be closed during different times. If you really, really need to visit a library, I encourage you to visit another branch during that time. But we haven't done inventory in a really long time at the New Haven Free Public Library, and we'll be here on site. Staff will still be here every day. And we'll be counting all of our books and getting an idea of things that are missing, things that we need. I'll get more acquainted with our collection as well, so I look forward to that, and I look forward to expanding and building the collection more. So just keep that in mind, and if you have any books on hold, please pick them up by this Saturday. If not, we're going to be holding them until the following Monday when we're open again to the public, okay?
It's only this branch or all?
It's this branch and the Mitchell branch. So 2 branches at a time will be closed.
So Mitchell is the one in Westville?
Yes. So
just,
Mitchell.
Just so people know.
But then the other ones will be open. And I believe the main library will be closed the last week of May, if I'm not mistaken. But all that information is also on our website, so feel free to visit our website. I also wanted to mention that we have our summer reading kickoff coming up on June 4th, the day of the next meeting. And I had mentioned last month that we're going to have a llama visiting us. We'll have ice cream. We'll have like fun outdoor games going on, just to get people excited about reading during the summertime. There's something called the summer slip, which is when children don't read during the summertime. Their reading level goes down. We have a solution to that as well. We have a program called Ready for the Grade. It is our second time that the Fairhaven Library will be participating in that, and it's for children that are entering kindergarten all the way to 3rd grade. And basically, what we do is we hire 2 teachers to do literacy support programs for 8 weeks. It starts June 29th. It's a completely free program. We have the application on the flyer on the table here. But if anybody's interested, my email is also on the agenda and my phone number, and I can send applications and flyers for that program. So our sign up has officially started for that, and we're very excited. To make it even more fun, we're having family literacy nights during Ready for the Grade. So one night a week, we'll invite the neighborhood in general to come join us for dinner, and we'll have different vendors here. We want to have some authors coming in. We want to have literacy-based fun nights to keep people excited about reading during the summertime. And we do have a summer reading program for adults as well, so make sure you sign up for that. And we try to have incentives throughout the summer for doing a good job in reading, okay? So if you're going to the park this summer, bring a book with you. If you're going to the beach, bring a book with you. Come stop by, get a book, and take it with you. The next program we have for the America 250, we have a really nice lineup of programs. All of the information system-wide is available on our website. But the next one we're having at Fairhaven is on May 28th. We're gonna have an author here, Michael Allen, and he's gonna be focusing on the high seas. So the rich history of the oceans, but stuff that focuses more on New Haven. Please stop by. Our last program was a lot of fun. And I think we're one of the few cities in the state who's doing a lot of America 250 events. So kudos to New Haven for that. We also have the big read going on. So we have a lot going on at the library. We have the big read going on, and our featured book is The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite books. And we're gonna have 2 bilingual book club sessions here at the Fairhaven branch specifically. And one's gonna be May 30th. The other one is taking place on June 25th. I'm gonna be hosting these events. I'm really excited to delve into the book. And we have free copies upstairs if you wanna take a free copy with you. So you could join me in discussing different themes and topics of that as well. I think that's it for now. If there's anything else that you'd be interested in, just grab a flyer on your way out as well. Okay? Thank you.
Questions in the room? Questions online? Anyone? Questions about the library's program? I don't see any. Thank you. Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you. So next on the agenda, although she's not here, I just want to acknowledge that once a quarter we're trying to have the new representative of the Civilian Review Board. You were here last month. You met her. Her name is Ebony Bowden Moore. She works down at Quinnipiac Terrace, and she'll be coming by periodically. And the Civilian Review Board is a group of committee from the city that gets to participate in, learn about when there are complaints about police officers, and they do get some internal stuff that we are not privy to, because investigation does not mean that anything necessarily was done wrong. But she will be coming in periodically, more so people will remember her face, and if an issue has come up, make sure that that committee is working on it. Okay, we have any questions about the Police Civilian Review Board? Yes.
I've spoken to Adam. I'll be giving the updates going forward. We're having some membership issues.
For the CRB?
The chair wanted me to address the CMT tonight.
Oh, okay. So do you have something to say? Yeah. If you would, please.
So I want to thank Ebony for her service. Unfortunately, when it comes to boards, it's a citizen legislature here where people have full-time jobs, and we've been running into a lot of problems with the CRB with getting people who can commit to the schedule. I mean, it's not just a monthly meeting, it's going down to internal affairs and viewing body camera and reading through files and really being thorough if you're going to be a functioning part of the board. And unfortunately, in my tenure, we really haven't gotten a full squad. It seems like every time we get rolling, something comes up in somebody's life, and no fault of them. These are people who have lives, who've taken it upon themselves to volunteer to help. So we're putting a call out for members. We do have some updates that we did hire an investigator finally. She's an attorney and a past district attorney in New York. She'll be working on on cases that have been closed, but members of the CRB think that it should be looked at again. We've already had a case that's gone through her, which we've had a pretty decent resolution. I'm going to read off the vacancies that we have, just in case you know somebody who's interested in being a member of the CRB. Hill South is vacant, Hill North is vacant, Police District 1 vacant, Downtown Worcester, Police District 4 vacant, Dwight Chapel vacant, at-large vacant, at-large vacant, and at-large vacant. Also Police District 10, which is Whaley Edgewood. The chair is reporting an inactive member. So as you can see, we have quite a lot of vacancies on the CRB. I want to thank those members that are active as much as possible. We do have a core of 5 or 6 people that show up regularly, but we're putting a call out to everybody throughout the city. The CRB deserves to have a full board. that can look at these matters fairly for both the police and the citizens involved. Thanks.
Thank you, Frank, for that report. Okay, great. And then, so we have concluded the portion of the meeting that is reports from the city. We're going to be moving on now to ongoing business. And in terms of the, to new business. And do we have someone here from the Yale Medical Community History Lab?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, you're okay. You're right. I apologize that we're going to go to Ms. Ferejda in her presentation. While she and her architect are coming up, I will tell people, this is a overview presentation that should last approximately 10 minutes. There'll be opportunity for question and answer for 2 to 3 minutes. When that finishes, we're going to move on our agenda. We're going to finish the meeting early. The room closes at 8 o'clock. Anyone that has questions or wants to continue to engage in the conversation is welcome to do that. But for right now, it's just an overview presentation and a quick Q&A. Anybody have any questions about the format before we start? I don't see any. Okay. Ms. Ferejda, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Ferejda Bekrad, and I've been working on this project on Front Street for a very, very long time. And I'm going to give you a little update of what happened in the last couple of months. The buildings 201 and 203, which is not my office next door, did not have any foundation really. It was a slab, and during the winter, the wave washed off underneath the slab. It came down and brought the wall down with it. And right now we have all the buoys there to prevent it from the debris that is down there to go in the river. And as of Monday, we're having a big excavator, the long reach coming and trying to take them out of the area that it fell into. I should tell you that we just finished the study of hazardous material and asbestos, and it's being evaluated now to see what we have and how we have to take care of it. And the anti-environmental is starting as of next week as well to check all the areas that could have some environmental issues, because we couldn't get to them when the buildings were up. We could get to the lot, but not inside of it. I want to give you a little history of this thing. Last few meetings that I had, I heard a lot from the community and the people who live there that they want the commercial building that I'm proposing and not to be near the residential. And also there were questions about the number of units and all that. So I will tell you that we moved it, and I'm going to show you, and I moved it closer to Grand Avenue, which makes a much better area for access and much better service for the people who come to use it. At the same time, we'll be much closer to the parking lot that we're putting people in there. So if you would keep going on, if you can.
Next slide.
These are all past one, they have seen it before.
Okay, next, just keep saying next slide and don't.
Next slide, next slide. This is what, on the other side, these are where I live. That's part of the project phase 1. Go ahead, again. Thank you.
Next slide.
Next slide. This is the contamination that we're talking about. We already finished the building of.
Yeah, come on up and be careful with the wire there, yeah.
Here. And there are a lot of surprises there. I heard very briefly from the consultant. So now we have to go and do all the investigation on the lots everywhere for environmental issues, which is another thing because we do have it as well. Next one.
Next.
Yeah, this is another environmental. Please go ahead. Yeah, this is what we have to do, and the planning of the new buildings, and also what source of contamination we have. We went through DEP, we went through the whole evaluation, and we are working on it now. Next. And this is what seawall. I'm in the process of getting a contractor, starting the corner seawall on northern corner of 213 Front Street. And we received a few proposals. We are working on it. But that's,
So just to be clear, this is the river.
yeah,
And yeah,
it's going to be from here all the way to here, 483 linear feet of steel seawall, but it still not be high up, will be low, and the rest will be wooden structure, the boardwalk, so people will have the possibility of seeing underneath, light and air and water will go in and out, and better than that, it is, things will grow there. And we've changed it, we changed the proposal from having a solid wall to something like this. We're going to be using permatrack. They are focusing on most of the water wetland, putting a boardwalk on a wetland. That's what they're doing, going to do.
so about
That's
5 more
5 minutes,
minutes.
yeah.
Okay.
5 more minutes.
Good, fast.
Yeah, no, you can just say it. Add next, please.
Okay, I want you to look at this one. This is a change site plan that was, the commercial was here, is now there, and then the residential which was there is here. And then we have 4 buildings, 3 of them residential, 2 of which is senior in here, and then we have an artist resident, and this is commercial in 4 floors where it has restaurant, bar, services, and all that. Next one. Just the general, you get the feeling of the, whole thing. This is the artist part of it. We reduced the number of the units to 8 units. And it's going to be artists that used to live in the area. We had it, and hopefully it will come back. Go ahead. Again.
Next
Yeah.
slide.
Oh, this is the elevation from Front Street of the artist. And go ahead next. And this is the section. It's very hilly there, so you see it will be, they will have some view, good view. Go ahead. Okay, this is the flip-flop of what we were talking about, that we are working on. Go ahead.
Next slide.
Next. These are just elevations of, this is the 201, this is the schematic of 201, this is the commercial building. Go ahead. Oh, it's square footage, just go through it. These are services that we're providing in the project. This is the water view. Go ahead. This is 213 Front Street. That is 185 Front Street. And I think that's about it, right? That's about it. Any question?
Any questions in the room? If you could take this down so that we can see everybody. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Ralph, how many units?
We reduced the number of units. Initially was 70 senior and 10 artists. Now it is 75 all together. So 8 is artists and 67 is senior.
And there's enough parking?
Yes. Yeah, we did a thorough study. That. Any other questions?
Any questions online? A question in the back, and then Ralph. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you have a board with showing all the materials you're going to use in the project and the colors and the textures?
That will be for later, yeah. Because right
that's
now.
very important. I mean,
Yeah.
we can see what you have here, but we really need to see what it's going to look like.
When it
Like, will
comes
the
to
building
that.
be purple with pink trim, or, will it be gray with off-white trim?
Okay, your question is noted, and that will follow up. I do want to get to Ralph's question, and then I do want to ask, there's something coming up May 15th, a milestone at the city. I want to make sure we talk about what is next, and then we will eventually get to that. Ralph, did you have a?
Will there be any modifications to that part of Front Street to sort of work with your parking? Because it's very narrow there, so is there gonna be anything different there? Is it gonna widen the street or?
The street is not gonna change at all. It only has parking in one side, cannot have in the other. We have about 54 parking in our lot, and then we got 25 spaces from the lot that is on Grand Avenue. And between these two, we had a little bit of shortage on Friday night and Saturday night for the fine dining. So now that is taken care of.
I have one more question. Which lot on Grand Avenue?
There's a lot
Grand
from.
East Pearl.
Yeah.
Grand and East Pearl.
There's 25 spots up against the fence in the back of that lot. across
Okay,
from the
but then
barber shop.
isn't Penrose using parking there also for theirs?
Yeah.
They have no parking.
Okay, and then 25.
Yeah, they have 50 spaces. And I'm hoping they will build.
But are those gonna be allocated, or what about the businesses on Grand Avenue? Because if you go get a haircut tomorrow, like I'm gonna go, at 11 o'clock, that parking lot is full, and that's what just patrons to the businesses.
The city may consider, it's a very good project if you get built up. And then you have retail on the street level, some unit, and structured parking. This way you will have a lot more, because that's a big lot. And it could be very, very useful for the Grand Avenue. It will close the open section of the Grand Avenue that doesn't have anything, and will have something there.
We have less than 1 minute for questions.
Ms. Rachel, because we're near the end of our time, what's happening on May 15th? What's the meeting that you have so that people can?
Now, I'm going to submit the plan to BZA.
So that is an opportunity for anyone that wants to speak for the project, against the project, anything. May 15th, what time and where?
No, we haven't submitted it, so I don't know the time.
Oh, okay.
We have to submit at the end of 15.
Oh, you submit on the 15th, okay. So you don't have the date for the meeting?
No, no.
So it's very important that if you live in the neighborhood, you're concerned about this, you have questions. Also, we're working very hard to end the meeting in time, because some people frankly could care less about this, and some people are very passionate about it. I want to make sure that everyone that wants to talk can talk to them, and then we also have some elected officials here, you can talk to them. Any questions online? Any questions on here? Okay, so just two very quick, and then we're gonna move on, so.
We did have one short question online as well.
Okay, so go ahead.
Clarification.
Yeah.
That parking lot that's across from Strong School is for the community businesses. Strong School is also going to take 15 of those places, at least when they build their apartments. And you're gonna take what?
Up to 25. But they 5.
So now you know, talk. Okay, go ahead, Frank, and then the last word will be whoever's online. Go ahead, Frank.
I'm sure Ms. Ferguson would be happy to share the traffic study. I have read the traffic study for those that are concerned about traffic. And like she said, there are some concerns with a little bit of congestion on Fridays and Saturday nights. But otherwise, there were no concerns. And to be honest, I mean, Farm Belly has no parking. It's packed on a daily basis, and we haven't had any issues yet. So, we're all working through it. We're trying to find the best solution. If you have concerns, please let us know, and we'll stay on it. I do want to say that since the project was introduced, a number of the neighborhood concerns that were brought to Ms. Beckrad, she has changed. So, just keep that in mind.
Online?
What, yep, online.
The online question was from Sophia. Just, do we know what property tax implications this project may have for the neighborhood?
Property tax, I didn't get.
Like how might this development change property taxes in the neighborhood?
Well, any development would change property taxes, but also would bring much higher value for the people and going to bring a lot more usable area that right now they don't have. Those ugly buildings sitting there, and we have to take it down and do something good with it. It will be a very important corner of Grand Avenue Bridge and Front Street. So it will really close the whole thing. Sorry. Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna pause. Again, there'll be time to continue this conversation. Make yourself aware of the public meetings about this project, because if you have something to say about it, the city wants to hear. We're not gonna solve anything, we don't decide anything here, but you do have a voice at the zoning meetings, at the planning meetings. So make sure that you know about those, and we have two alders who can talk about that later on. Okay, thank you very much for allowing us to be able to move this forward. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is, let me see here. The new business, do we have anyone from the medical school?
Yes, who does?
They'd asked us for a letter of support. Okay, they are not here, so. Okay, so we take that off, and then we are going to move now to executive board meeting report. This is the place, I'm just going to remind you of the placeholder. If in between meetings something is time sensitive, it needs to be decided, then the process we've set up is it's discussed by the executive committee, which are your chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, and correspondence secretary. And if we decide unanimously to go ahead and move forward on something, if we decide unanimously, then we do so. If we do not, if we're not unanimous, we tell the people we cannot move forward. And then at this point in the agenda, we say to you, this opportunity came up, we were asked to write a letter of support, whatever, and this is where we would report that to you. Okay? That's what that is. Okay, so before we get to all the reports, we have the announcements, and I'm going to ask people in turn to share announcements while people are getting ready. I will tell you, if you've seen me kind of glancing down on my phone, is because right now we are in the last hour of a thing called the Great Give at the Community Foundation, and for the last 35 hours, 14,686 people have donated to 545 nonprofits, and we have raised together $4.475 million, all going to local nonprofits all over Greater New Haven, but mainly in New Haven. There are 49 minutes left. And that's what's going on. We do this every year. Last year we raised $4.4 million, and this year it looks like we're going to, we just exceeded $4.5 million. And the dream is to get to $5 million. So that's, okay, so that's going on. You can still donate if you have a phone, or if you're at home, givegreater.org. Help us to get as close as we can to $5 million. Okay? And this is all for local nonprofits. You go on there and you pick the one, if you want to help people get food, if you want to help with the ballet, if you want to help homeless, if you want to help with economic development. There's a nonprofit, like I said, there's 445 nonprofits to pick. So that's my announcement. Fairhaven Day overview. Does anyone want to say anything about Fairhaven Day? Yes, go ahead, sir.
I have a message from Mario Olmo. She thanks everybody who had a hand in it to help. Thank you for the successful parade.
Okay, excellent. It was a wonderful parade if you didn't see it. Anybody else want to say anything about Fairhaven Day? There's a bunch of articles.
I can say we have a great team. Anna is like the dynamo coordinator of volunteers and everything, resource tables, everything, and her sister, Alyssa. So we're just really, really grateful to have such a great team. Lots of people in the room helped in lots of different ways. Raphael helped, the police helped a lot. So we just thank everybody for coming, for helping, and we start planning next year right away. So if you're interested, want to make it even better next year, you are invited. Let us know. Kiana, Frank and I are on the organizing team with Anna, and Kiana Cincinnati from Punta is our boss. So she tells us what to do, and she's a great leader,
And she's 20, how old?
She's in college.
Yeah, she's in college, and that is the person who's been pulling this together.
Well, and the girl who runs our parade is 19.
Is 19, so the youth are taking over in the best possible way. Let's support them.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, but if there's something you want to do a little differently, or something extra, like, the floor is yours. It is our festival to continue to evolve and improve in whatever way we want to do that.
And every day, more and more people come and more people are interested. Okay, so let's keep the positive stuff going. The next announcement is Community Dining Out Night. So when I was with the Chatham Square Neighborhood Association, we started this. It fell off after COVID, and this is what it is. Every other month or so, we pick a local restaurant on Grand Avenue, and anyone that can afford to do so goes to that restaurant. This month, May, it's going to be May 20th, which is a Wednesday night, 6 p.m. There is no meeting, there is no agenda. We are just there to eat.
Where?
It is at Lima 32, which is our new Peruvian restaurant. We now have 2 Peruvian restaurants. The new Peruvian restaurant, it is 262 Grand Avenue. If you know where Cositas Deliciosas is, right across the street. If you know where Fame School is, it's kind of at an angle. If you're standing in front of the restaurant, it's to the school is to the left. This is obviously not for everyone. Not everyone in the neighborhood is fortunate enough to be able to even dine out once, much less every other month or every month. But if you can afford to do this, now, we haven't talked with the owners yet, but the way that we used to run it is we would do this, and then we would ask the restaurant to donate to the community, and that money goes into our fund. But if these are small businesses, so we can't go to them first and say, give us money. We have to go to them and show that we are invested in them, right? And so that's the idea, is to keep this going. But this is the first one this year. Please come if you can. You can invite people who work here. You can invite people who don't live here and you think you'd like to have them come live in the neighborhood. Have them come eat with us. 6 p.m., May 20th, 262 Grand Avenue, Lima 32. Restaurant is beautiful. The food is delicious, and it will be in the minutes. Spread the word, folks online. Spread the word, folks.
I should have, you said Wednesday, right? Because I originally thought it was the 21st.
It's the 21st, which is.
Oh, with a Wednesday.
It's, no, I'm sorry. There was an error in the agenda. It is the 20th Wednesday.
Got it.
It's
Okay.
the 20th Wednesday night. So not next week, but the following week. Okay?
For whomever has not eaten in that restaurant, it's wonderful.
It is. It's really good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really.
Victor, the owner, has 2 restaurants, one in Meriden and this one. Okay, we're gonna move on with the announcements. Is there anyone here to speak about the family stroll, the New Haven parade and family stroll?
I
Sarah?
don't know that much of, I'm sorry. There's a flyer that she sent, that she wanted us to post.
Oh, can we put the flyer up if it's available? We'll have it in the minutes.
It's under Joanna. Johanna.
While they're getting that up, Sarah, you wanna say something about it?
Just that it's a parade of the 2 bridges, starting at Quinnipiac River Park, going around and coming back. It's children's activities that fill the park. The street will be closed during the event for safety. So if you live in that part of Front Street, you just plan accordingly. May
Wonderful.
30th.
So,
It's on the Saturday, Sunday's the rain date. So it's family activities all day. There's tables from all different organizations. There's food trucks. It's just a lovely family event.
Yeah. If you know anyone who has children, particularly under the age of 10, just focus on that, but there's really nice music and really nice food, and it's wonderful to see the two neighborhoods united by the parade. It goes up one bridge and down the other. It's a really nice, and anyone can be in that parade. You just get in line and go on the parade. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, rolling right along, we have the next one is you, Sarah, strong school update.
Okay, I'll come up.
Yeah, come on up.
So, we've been talking about strong school, it feels like since the beginning of time. We've been working on this for 16 years. So the update is we had a gap. It's very difficult to fund these projects. And we were able to, as of a couple weeks ago, close the gap with some DOH, Department of Housing and state funds. So we're definitely going ahead with the project. The next step is for it to go to the CHAFA board sometime in May, and then it will close. Kind of like when you buy a house and you get your contract. The developer has a contract with the city, and they've been in the process of getting their mortgage with all the different pieces of funding that are involved in a complicated public project like this, and then we'll close probably in June. And once it closes, then they own the building. So you'll see activity start pretty much immediately. So by the end of the summer, there will be a lot of activity at the site. I'm also happy to address, the parking question. I think Farm Valley is a good example. We do need more parking on Grand Avenue. Like we've been discussing with the city that we need to put a parking lot somewhere. There's a couple different locations. Grand Denise Pearl is one of them. So we're in discussions about what that looks like. I think at the same time, we can't just not have development while we wait to figure that out. So we're doing those two things at the same time. So, any other questions? The plan for Strong School is basically what it was initially. Like there haven't been any material changes. So it's similar to what everybody's seen repeatedly. Yeah, Paul?
Oh, since you just said they need more parking on Grand Avenue, are they still taking out that whole parking lot to put a plaza?
What parking lot?
Granite Pop.
Granite Pop.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
20 spaces.
No, I don't. No,
It'll be a parking lot. Still not a plaza.
that is the plan.
Okay, thank you.
I think the plan is for it to be convertible, like we did on Fairhaven Day. They didn't allow parking and they put a bouncy house there. So the idea is for it to have a better setup to convert it for public uses, but not regularly.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. I do have a couple of more announcements, but first, is there anyone in the room that has an announcement? Something you want to let the community know? Anyone online? Okay, so I have two other quick announcements. Tonight at 8 o'clock, a famous musician that I don't know, whose name is Jason Nardo, who played with the Pretenders, with REM. He was on HBO, Foo Fighters. I have no idea what any of that is, but he's going to be playing tonight at 8 o'clock at Farm Valley. So anyone that wants to, it's the restaurant that's normally open just for breakfast and for lunch, but it is open tonight at 8 o'clock for this performance. So if you're interested, there'll be food there, and this guy will be playing. If anyone wants to go, live music. That's number one. Any questions about that? There is actually on Everbright, you can go on and get a ticket, and it's on social media under Farm Valley Restaurant. And if this works, she's going to keep periodically doing that. And if you have an idea for someone that you know that could perform in that restaurant, coffee, dessert environment, let Meg Fama know. She's really open to that sort of stuff. She is the owner of the restaurant and the chef. Okay, then one final announcement I have, and then I'll ask again if there are any other announcements before we get to the alders, and that is, We have contracted, I'll be honest, I have contracted a young woman with the approval of the Business Association. We're going to be painting every switch box on Grand Avenue. If you don't know what a switch box, every corner where there is a light, a traffic light, on one of the corners is a silver box. That's the switch box. It has the relays. If you look at the one at Grand and Front, it has a beautiful osprey on it, and it has some shells. That young woman, I didn't get her permission to use her name, but she graduated from Wilbercross. She's a student at UConn. We're paying her cold hard cash to paint each one of the boxes. Each one of the boxes is going to be painted with a mural that represents something about our neighborhood that's close to that area. So that's why there's an osprey and the seashells and the river on that one. The one near the Strong School will be different, all the way down to the health center. That one will have a health theme because the health center is right there. So you may see her, I think she's gonna start the Saturday after May 12th, and she's gonna be painting them. And that's with money that is raised from activities that I do in the community. That money is at the United Way, and it is a fund that anyone can contribute to. If you want to continue to support local artists, we use that money to help with the mural at Centro San Jose. We used it to help with the paint, where they had the bicycle stops, and there was advertising. There's now a sign that says "Welcome to Fairhaven" and so on. We help with those. That's what that money is used for. And I'm trying to figure out how we meld that more. Oh, that money is used when Marianne came and asked us for money for the garden, and we said the manager's team is going to put in half the money, and Chatham Square is going to put. That's where it's coming from. So that fund is there. I contribute to it and other people, but I don't control it. I have to present receipts for that. Trying to figure out how we can meld that more with the management team. So we have that, and right now there's about $6,000 or $7,000 in that fund. So just be aware of that. And if you see a young woman, two young women, it's the one contract and her sister painting, please go by, say hello to them. They're very friendly, and let's just keep supporting more art in our neighborhood. Any questions about that project or anything anyone want to know? Okay. So in the back, another announcement or more information?
Happy to hear that. There is an organization in New Haven, it's called Focus. They are doing the same things with other artists on the murals issue. So if you want to grow this operation to a bigger one, you can coordinate with them.
Okay, I'll talk with you afterward. I'd like to get a contact number. That reminds me, some of you may have noticed Site Projects, which hires world-class artists. They hired the artist that painted that beautiful horse-drawn carriage across from the supermarket. And it got a little bit messed up when the pharmacy left because they took their sign down. But Site Projects is gonna come back and fix that. And that was like a $40,000 project. That is a serious, nationally recognized artist. Let's keep that stuff going. Frank?
I think FACE is doing a exhibition at City Hall on May 15th, I think at 6 p.m.
And the organization is called FACE.
FACE is doing an exhibition at City Hall of murals and projects like that.
So I'll ask you guys about that. Okay, let's get to the alders and then we'll conclude this meeting. Alder Mandy's not here, she's never come. If you are a constituent of hers, here's her number, call her and ask her to show up at least once to introduce herself. Alder Carolyn is not here, she normally is with us. Did she send us a report and information? Okay, we'll move on in the interest of time. Anna Festa, again, if you are a constituent of hers up at the north end of the neighborhood, ask her to come. Alder Sarah Miller.
So we have, I mentioned the Strong School. We also have some work happening at Kennebec River Park, which will be finished in another month or two, laying new paths, adding more plantings. So in another couple months, the park should be in really good shape on the far end. we're working on the funding to complete the work on the other end of the park, and then the Grand Avenue work will do the end part by the bridge. So we're piecing together different funding to complete the park, but it looks really nice. See a lot more kids riding their bikes in the park, and we just see a lot more use already, even though it's not even finished. We also, the alders are gonna vote shortly on the budget. The last workshop is Monday, next week. So if you have any feedback on the budget that you'd like us to bring forward, you're sort of approaching the last window to do that. I think those are the main updates. If there's anything else people wanna ask about, I'll hang out after.
Yeah, so when we conclude the meeting, stick around if you have questions. Any questions online, because you guys can't hang out with us. Okay, no questions online. Alder Frank Redente.
Just want to start, just going back to the parking as relates to the Front Street project, and having read the traffic study, a lot of the people who frequent Farm Belly are neighborhood people. That's why there's not a lot of traffic issues. It would be the same with the commercial properties at Oyster River Village. The other thing too is I know a lot of people get concerned when they hear commercial. It's not going to be like commercial where people are going to flood to. This is a senior community. A lot of the commercial that Ms. Beckrod is proposing is senior centric, massage, aquatherapy, stuff that would serve the population in that building. So I encourage you to have a conversation with her, look at the plans, and it really is something that our community needs. And she has been very, very willing to adapt her project to community concerns. So please talk to her and see what kind of common ground you guys can come up with. Paving issues. We're getting Lombard Street paved up to Ferry Street. And as you saw, Front Street is done. It looks wonderful.
Yeah.
Please, if you have any issues with sidewalks going forward, we will be working on those in the next couple of weeks. Put it on C-Click Fix and then email it to me directly with a photo, and I will get on it right away. June 1st will be our next cleanup of Chatham Park in coordination with Mary Wade Home, though they don't know yet, but they'll cooperate, don't you worry. And we did a cleanup a couple weeks ago of Dover Beach Park. A lot of neighbors are concerned with crumbling infrastructure. So we're going to start a group to just have conversations about how we could help focus the city on ways to renovate and clean up Dover Beach Park, including trying to identify revenue streams through grants or whatever to try to get a new seawall and stuff like that, kind of piggybacking on Alder Smith's Reconnecting I-91 grant. Just two more things. Trying to get my newsletter done, have it out by the 1st of June. If you'd like to receive it, please email me. My email's in the chat, ward15, newhavenct.gov. And last but not least, I'd like to just thank everyone, not only the executive team and the staff and the volunteers of Fairhaven Day, but everybody who showed up. It's just a testament to the kind of people around here in Fairhaven. 4 years running, it gets bigger, it gets better. People are more excited about it. Every year we get more volunteers and more vendors. So I'm really, really happy to be a part of it. Very grateful for Alder Miller because without her, we wouldn't have got it back to this level. And last but not least is the wrestling show, second year in a row. We packed the gymnasium at Fairhaven School. It was very reminiscent of old shows at the New Haven Coliseum. We had lots of kids, lots of police officers. Chief of Police was very happy. I've had conversations with PAL, so it looks like we're going to be doing something through PAL going forward.
PAL is just
Police Activity League. We were able to raise $2,000 for PAL, which we gave them through the great gift yesterday. So that's it. Any questions?
Speaking of the Lombard, you mentioned up to Ferry, what about the rest?
It was paved within the last
The
10 years.
sidewalks?
The sidewalks are in process. That's going to be a long process.
I sent something to C-Click Fix a while back, so.
Yeah, well, we walked the entirety of Lombard Street from from James Street up with the CAO, and he saw a number of issues. So they're addressing them. It's just, there's a backlog between sidewalks and trees and
Right,
what
but they
have you.
will be done, but they're just not.
Well, they started already. They just did all the sidewalks on Ferry and Lombard on the opposite side, where we had a lot of issues with ADA compliance, and the pitch of the sidewalks was really bad. So Giovanni Zinn jumped on it right away and got it done.
From Ferry to Black.
Ferry to Rome.
Just give us 5 minutes and then you can continue the conversation.
Yes,
Other people from Ward
that's on the
15
Yes.
can go into that conversation. Okay, Alder Magna Natal is not here. That concludes the Alder reports. I'm gonna, right now in a second, call for a motion to conclude the meeting, but I just wanna let you know, 14,992 people have, as of right now, donated to 545 organizations, 4,579,000, and I can't tell you the 143 right now because it just jumped to that number, and in 2 seconds it'll jump again. So if you want to be a part of this, it's up to 189. Please donate the greatgive.org. You're donating specifically and directly to the nonprofit of your choice. And if you don't know who to donate to, you can ask there and say, I want only Fairhaven, I want only food security, so on and so forth. Okay? Let's see if we can make it to $5 million. That's the goal. Can I have a motion to conclude this meeting?
So moved.
Second? Second? Okay, we don't have to vote. Thank you very much. Come back next month, first Thursday of the month. Consider running for chair. I'm not gonna be here next year. Somebody else has to take this job. So, and it can't be Lieutenant Foley, Captain. Okay, so anybody online that wants to chair, talk to me or don't talk to me, just run. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.